everyone! So first off, I have to apologize for my voice. I am not getting a cold, I am not getting over a cold, I am right smack dab in the middle of a cold, and it's not fun. So today's video is going to be all about my audition with Disney. About 4 months ago, I auditioned to be a Disney princess at Disneyland. That was something that I had always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. I think it was something that, you know, most people want to be a singer or an actress, and I wanted to be a Disney princess. And so when I saw that they had just like castings, like open castings, I was like, maybe I should do that. And so one day I looked up the date and I saw that I didn't have school, I didn't have work, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go. And I'm really glad that I did. I mean, I didn't have any friends to go with me. I didn't have any, you know, experience with acting at all, but I thought this would be a fun thing to do, and I really wanted to like kind of push myself out of my comfort zone. So naturally I turned to YouTube, and a lot of the girls here were super helpful, and they gave their experiences, they gave their tips and tricks and stuff like that, but I thought that since I am a different person and I kind of experienced it a little differently, then I would make a video and maybe I will help out some of you. I personally wore like some workout pants, just some cute Converse, and like a tank top, not like a spaghetti strap tank top, but like a thicker strap, like one with a little bit more coverage. And that was not what anyone else was wearing. I mean, there were some girls like that, but most of them were wearing like skirts and dresses and heels, and they all looked really cute. I mean, I thought that we were gonna be dancing. That's what I heard, so that's what I dressed for. But I mean, there were some girls that dressed, you know, with like workout stuff, but I was definitely in the minority. However, I don't think that that affected anything. I think that they definitely kind of just look at you as a person instead of what you're wearing. So it's fully up to you, in my opinion. I think that you can wear, you know, a dress or workout clothes or whatever you just feel comfortable in. Whatever you feel like you can be you in. So the first tip that I have is bring food and bring water. That is extremely important because the audition lasted way longer than I thought it would. And so I think I brought like a protein bar and a water bottle, but we were there for like at least 6 hours, at least. I mean, maybe even more, but we were there for so long, and it was like during like lunch and dinner time. It's not, they never said anything that you couldn't bring food in, but they don't have like vending machines or anything, at least at the one that I went to. So bring food, bring water, huge thing. So second, I would bring a book or something to keep you busy because there is a lot of waiting. It's not like you get in there and you get out. I mean, I think for some people it was, but if you make it past a few of the rounds, it's a lot of waiting. So bring a book, bring your phone, or bring something that's going to keep you busy. Lastly, a resume and a headshot I think are important. I don't really know if they really took that into consideration. I made a headshot and a resume, but I don't think that it was that important. If you feel the need, then you can, but I remember I didn't see it until like right before I left, so I was just throwing it together. So if you didn't see that on the casting call, then there you go. So as far as my audition goes, I got there early. I heard from a lot of different people that you should get there early, so I got there I think like an hour early. Immediately there was a really long line. I mean, I got there and I think they passed around a clipboard with a whole bunch of names, and you basically signed your name on a sheet, so I'm assuming that once that sheet was filled, they wouldn't take any more girls. So I think I was number 150, so I think it went up to like maybe 300, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I was like 150. So if that gives you any idea of how many girls get there early. We had to wait outside. We were waiting outside. It was like, I think it was like 90 degrees outside, and we were on blacktop, and it was so hot. Like, it was unbearable. I actually had to go to my car and get an umbrella and use it to shade myself because I thought I was gonna pass out. But everyone was really nice. Like, all of the girls, that's the great thing about it, is that everyone kind of has a similar personality. Like, everyone's really bubbly and everyone's really nice and everyone wants to make friends, and so that's what's really cool about it, is that everyone's kind of similar in that way. I immediately became friends with the girl behind me. we just kind of started talking about like whether or not we had done it before, and it was just really nice to have someone kind of go through the process with you. So I definitely recommend like talking to people, especially if you go by yourself. Just introduce yourself, just, you know, I mean, everyone kind of feels the same way. Everyone's nervous, everyone's excited, and if you make friends, then you can kind of share in that excitement thing. So because I got there an hour early, we had to wait there an hour. And then once they actually opened the doors, I had to wait another hour. So I was out in the heat for like 2 hours, and they let them in like, I think in groups of like 30 or something like that. It was in a little dance studio. So once we finally got in there, they brought us in, they put us in a room, and they kind of lined us up in groups of 10. And then right before we got in, they basically said, okay, we're going to take a little break. No, they took an hour break. They left and came back with food. Like an hour later, we're all just like dying there. Like I was starving, I was tired. We had been in the heat for so long. They left us here. They just left us, and we all were just sitting there for an hour. I don't know, it was just crazy. So they brought us in eventually, and the casting directors were super nice. They were, you know, I think they were all women. Yeah, they're all women. And 2 of them were actually pregnant, so it was just really cute. I mean, they were just super nice. They're like, you know, they're like moms. They're just nice people. Not that all moms are nice. I don't know. Moms are nice, right? Okay, anyways. So then once we got in there, we did what I call the face test. There were numbers on the floor, and they just lined us up. And then they just walked past us, and they, you know, stopped at each girl and said, hi, what's your name? And you just say, hi, my name's Megan. And then they would move on to the next girl. It was super intimidating. Like they're literally just looking at your face. That's all they're doing. Or maybe, I mean, maybe they're doing more, but that's what it looks like. So then after that, they made cuts right then and there. They said, okay, you know, we want 1, 4, and 8. If you got chosen, then you would move on. And then like if you didn't get chosen, then you would just leave. So because I got chosen, they gave me a little number, and they took a picture of my face with an iPad, and then they measured my height, which was a bit of an issue because the casting call said 5'3" to 5'7". I'm 5'10". I knew I was going to be pushing it, but I thought I would go anyways because, I mean, why not? You know, why not? We went into another room, and they gave us paperwork. That was where we turned in like our headshot and our resume, and then we filled out just like standard paperwork, like our address, our phone number, like when we can work, if we've worked for Disney before, things like that. And then they measured our height again, which was like, once again, super intimidating because it's like, I just feel like they're judging you. You are 5'10", like what do you think you're doing here? So then once we turned in our stuff, it was a lot more of waiting, and then they came out and gave us these little mini scripts. Basically, if whatever character was on your script was the character that they were going to have you audition for. So I got the evil queen. I kind of had an idea of that because I had heard that if you're tall, then you get the villain characters. I did not really want the evil queen. I was a little disappointed. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it. I hadn't seen Snow White in like 15 years, but the script was basically like 2 or 3 paragraphs of something that the character said in the movie. There were other girls that had like Anna, there were girls that had Elsa, there were girls that had Snow White, there were girls that had Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and there was a bunch of different characters. So they had us practice our little scripts. We didn't have to memorize them. And this was the most intimidating part, was going in and actually doing the audition, because it was basically everyone was auditioning in the same room. So they just lined us up along like the edges of the wall of the studio. Naturally, I got chosen first, so I had to get up in front of everyone and do my audition first, and it was just not fun for me. Like, I didn't feel very connected to the evil queen. I couldn't have fun with it. You know, they're definitely looking for very dramatic people, very like, they like the drama. That's definitely what they were happy with. But I got up there, I did my best. She was really nice, the casting director was really nice. She had me do it again, and she told me like, okay, you know, think more of, you know, doing it like this instead of this. After I was done, they just had me go sit down, and then I watched everyone else do their characters, and it's really intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes they would even ask some characters like questions about their characters. So like, if there was someone auditioning for the Snow White, then they would say, so what are the 7 dwarfs doing right now? And then you just have to like on the spot do some improv answer. But I mean, they said it was like, it wasn't going to affect you, but I mean, I think the girls that did well are obviously going to move farther. And then we had to wait again. It was like another, I think like 20 to 30 minutes of waiting. And then they called some of us in and they basically said, you know, we're not going to cast you this time. We're going to keep your information on file, thank you for coming in, and that was it. And then I left. Like, I was disappointed, but not like, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was really the time for me. So yeah, it was more for the experience. But if you are debating whether or not you want to audition, I definitely recommend it. And it's cool because you make friends. I made friends with some of the girls like that made it towards the end of the round. So like if I go to Disneyland, I might see them in their character. It's really exciting. I don't know. So all in all, it was an amazing experience. I'm so glad that I did it. It was incredible. Like, I'm really happy that I kind of pushed myself out of my comfort zone. So, you know, I just want you guys, if you are wondering what it's like, it's very, very easy. There's, you know, there's some girls that have a lot of experience, there's some girls that don't. It's really kind of up to you about whether or not you want to do it and whether or not you're willing to kind of put yourself out there. Oh, there's a hair on me. So that is the end of the video. I really hope that I kind of comforted some of you if you really are, you know, wanting to audition for Disney. Everyone's super nice there. There was one girl that wasn't very nice. She was really intimidating, although I was like 5 inches taller than her, so I shouldn't have been intimidated by her, but she was the one that had to like corral everyone. So she's like, everyone get in line, everyone be quiet. Oh my gosh, she was such a loud voice for being so small. Anyways. If you have any questions, absolutely leave them in the comments below. I will do my very best to answer every single one of them. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I put new videos up at least twice a week, and I will see you all next time. Bye!